You are watching Minuteman Matt.
Hello, what's up? We're here with the Terraria build. I'm just trying to do a speed run of this, but just create a new world. Make sure it's a small world because it's much faster to go down an underworld. Just wait for the world to create. Even though it's a small world, it just takes a while to generate. But anyway, I don't know. It doesn't have to be a small world. We could use the shell phone's demon conch or the underworld. So I don't think it's really necessary to make an elevator, but I didn't not even use it. But what you want to do is just bring potions and stuff for buff so it can increase your damage and such. And we'll go with the center because it's arguably the best weapon. You just have to collect some. Just collect the swords. It takes a while, but it's definitely worth it. And also, I brought some buff stations. I forgot to bring a bed, but I grabbed one in the underworld and had the chance. But I forgot to bring a bed. Also, you want a fast pickaxe, just so it mines faster. So use a mining potion and the hand of creation, because that also increases the mining speed. But you can do with just a regular ancient chisel though. I just buff myself with the buff stations and use the summons, of course, 3 times. Well, 2 times. We'll be using 3 summons with the summoning potion, so want to much buff as we can, because that way the DPS is faster. Also, eat a food that has exquisitely stuffed. I just use one of my golden delights because I had one and I had plenty of the gold critters, so we just throw the guy voodoo doll into lava so it can summon the wall of flesh. And I've also brought a bunch of summoning items for the mech bosses. I did not bring the hazard power cell, but you can get one in the jungle temple anyway, so you'll need to summon Golem. What depends on luck, though, is actually finding the planetary bulbs. As you can see, the world's already hard mode. Also, why we want a bed, because we can skip the night much faster that way. Oh, yeah. What I've got is a Chan Moon out, because that should work. Just remember you can throw that enchanted sundial in the shimmer for that. I forgot this is 1. Shimmer can do that. And it's 1.4.4. And just build a suitable place so you can rest the bed. It's not really as fast as possible. I could have done this faster if I brought all the right stuff. The one that depends on luck is the bulbs, of course. It's going to spawn somewhere in the jungle. it'll actually force summon the ball once you defeat all the mechanical bosses. But where it's placed is completely random. That's where luck is involved. Now I did not bring the Celebration Mark II, which would have been super useful for that. That can actually destroy blocks. While the other launchers cannot do that, unfortunately, like the not charge blast, can an electric speed launcher cannot do that. Doesn't matter if you have the mini nukes or the rocket floors. I would not waste the Shroomite for the mini nuke tool in that case. This actually does not increase the radius. It just does more damage than the rocket force. Or if you're using just a regular launcher, it should get that big explosion. I think the mini nukes the range of the dynamite. Not I meant the explosives, not the dynamite. Rocket force is equivalent to that. And it doesn't matter if it's Celebration Mark II. We need to go to the dungeon, so get Skeletron. We also could have done that beforehand, but we went straight to Wall Flash. We're just waiting for the night to spawn. Don't worry about what's out there. That does not matter. The bed doesn't need to have the being a valid NPC home, but this does requires the walls, and torch does not require. I don't think it even requires the torch. It just requires only the bed and the walls and the building, the house I'm in. Also, you also want the Rod of Harmony. You just need a rod. This squad for that. It can be hard to farm though, but it spawns a much higher rate at a Celebration Mark II world. Instead of a 1/500, it's a 1/100, which is 1%. Normally it would be 2%, which is 100. Then 500 would come in the end. Now I summon the mechanical bosses, and it's gonna go down super quick with the Zenith. Especially something in the Detroit, where in that case that's pretty much almost instantly, because the nature of the Destroyer, with it being the worm and all. The twins can be destroyed. Twins and the Skeleton Prime would just take tightly last time. Normally, because you only destroy the head, not the other parts. For the twins, it is 2 parts, which is going to take slightly longer than the Skeleton Prime. Also, twins is hardest in my opinion. Just because twins move much faster than the other 2. Skeleton Prime, its weakness is that the bombs will actually explode on the platforms. You only need to defeat the head. This is why I try to find Planet Terra. normally to destroy, you just piercing weapons are amazing against it, for the reason it's a worm. Also, stuff like the Nimbus Rod do actually work against the destroy. If the destroy does just straight go up into the rain, it doesn't like instantly you pierce all the parts, because then reduce to 5. Situations when that happens is low anyway. Nimbus Rod's meant to be a secondary, passive secondary weapon. It's like a sentry, but it does magic damage. It's the same effect with Crimson Rod, but much stronger. Another one that's basically do the same thing as the corruption mimics magic weapon. I don't quite remember the name of it though, but it shoots a green fire straight up in a pillar. It's kind of serves the same purpose as the effect is different. The same purpose as the Nimbus Rod and such. Also, something like the crystal staff that summons in Sentry, and now Sentries are immobile, so they're not ideal for just going one side of the map up to the other. But usually against most bosses, you're not gonna stay generally in the same spot. Move around, of course. You're not gonna want to sit still. While we make arenas and such for the bosses, but that's normal gameplay and not instead of you're not gonna you won't need it because it's 10 of kill so quickly. Finally, I get the Planetary's bulb. I just check the map, shows where she's coming from. But obviously, the 10 if she's going to go down quickly. Actually, now I think about it, Last Crimson might kill a faster than Zenith. Well, just because she's generally a one target. But for the most part, the Zenith will do more DPS and the ultimate weapon. Of course, it's going to do that. We deal Golem and he is wrecked. Now it's time for the Lunatic Cultist. I just wasn't using the Rod of Harmony there, but he does take a little bit of time to show up after defeating Golem. Though that's why we go into the bed. I don't know if the bed speeds up his spawning though. But the bed obviously speeds up time. Now it's just a waiting game for the Lunatic Cultist. I'm just sitting here watching the Stardust Dragon destroy absolutely everything. In my opinion, the only summon that's actually better than Stardust Dragon is the Terra Prisma. It does require defeating the Empress Light in the daytime, and she instantly kills if you hits you in the daytime. Which might not be that hard of the 10th level, but anything else. Basically, also, unfortunately, the stuff like the Master Black Belt Master Ninja Gear don't work on for it anymore. I guess it's supposed to be automatic one hit. Not the dungeon guarding can actually survive even without having it to have enough damage reduction. It's actually possible. It's only in classic and not higher difficulties, because expert and damage is doubled, but master's damage is tripled, so it wouldn't work there. I just go wandering aimlessly into the dungeon. And just play with the Rod of Harmony real quick. Unlike with the Rod of Discord, it does not inflict the chaos state, which you cannot hurt yourself with it. For me, that's more fitting than back then, because remember the Rod of Discord didn't do that, but that was way overpowered in that case. As long as you farmed the power enough, you'd basically teleport for free. Not the case anymore, but as a 1.4.4, so after you defeat the Moon Lord, you throw it in the Shimmer. And it becomes the Rod of Harmony. And I just exit the world. And I try to go back to the world. I just choose the wrong world. That is, actually I try to use the drunk world, but then I realize the guy doesn't automatically spawn in it, only the party girl. Which in that case, you can also unlock the otherworld music if you go in the drunk world, but honestly, I don't not like the otherworld songs. They're not as good as the normal ones in my opinion. The only song from that is actually better in my opinion is the Airy. That's just about it. I just go teleporting like crazy again, because the Rod of Harmony can do that. If you did that with the Rod of Discord, you're gonna kill yourself with it, fortunately. Like I said, that was way over. Power went back on 1.2. So basically, the final boss at that point was Golem. You could Arkham can be fought in the back then, but you still can, but only on the old 7th gen consoles, and you don't get to zoom out in those versions, so that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. Technically, you can do that as long as you didn't have the thing update past the 1.9 for the console. Oh, it's still actually possible at the 1.3, because I actually saw relatively recent screenshot where it was a 1.3, but not real convenient because you have to disconnect the thing from the internet for that case. Otherwise, it's just gonna update back to the latest version. And you keep in mind that you're not going to be able to play online multiplayer that way because the network features would be unavailable for that point. We basically defeated all the lunatic cultists, so we're doing the towers. Not going to be nearly as hard as the center. Even without Zenith, I can actually beat it without dying. So I've done that before. I, however, not beaten the game without dying. You'd have to do that with a hardcore character. If you die with a hardcore character, you lose that character automatically. But one of the reasons I don't play hardcore character is the one thing, explosive traps. The ones with only press plate absolutely suck. Although those types are actually very rare to actually encounter. The one with the detonator is far more common. Also, the detonator is far less easy to trigger. That's why danger sense is vital for hardcore characters. Even then, sometimes we'll end up setting the traps anyway. Especially if the enemy knocks you back and such. It is still possible to trigger traps. Not to mention there's nothing in the game that will prevent them from setting off. Not an accessory, not a potion, anything. Also, for the hardcore, you want to be very careful not to watch for the dead man's chest. Although the danger sense will spot the traps. They definitely get rid of the explosive traps. Those are the ones that's gonna kill you. Although the boulders really hurt though. Dart traps I don't worry about too much. Obviously they're annoying, but they do poison you. Destroy this. I destroyed 2 of these pillars. Actually 3, because now that I remember I'm post commentating. But if this was like expert mode, it's still possible to die in these even with Zenith. So you do have to dodge attacks. But for Moonlord though, yeah, actually it alone can actually kill Moonlord in mass mode in like around 11 seconds. Yeah, and then Moonlord's gonna spawn. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait a minute for him to spawn. I don't think the celestial signal works unless you have actually triggered the event at least once. So you can't. I don't think you can really use that to speed things up. Find the planetary bomb's going to most luck base of this because randomly spawns in location after defeating the mechanical boss. Even the lunar one's going to destroy for with this thing. I didn't have all my buffs off. I didn't bring enough potions to do that. With, as you can see, this thing actually destroys everything in the game. And thanks for watching. And I haven't been uploading Borderlands 3, but anyway.
That's the end of the video. This is Minuteman Matt. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.